Chosen one, stop and receive this moment. You did not stumble here by chance. Heaven has drawn you with precision, aligning your spirit for a divine encounter that could shift everything. You are standing at the threshold of a supernatural breakthrough, a transfer of favor, provision, and divine wealth prepared by the hand of God. The gates of heaven are open, and your faith will release what has already been assigned to you. Isaiah 60:22 declares, "The smallest shall become 1,000." And today, chosen one, your obedience, your love, your surrender positions you to receive more than you have imagined. Chosen one, hear this clearly. What you did today was not small. Every decision, every moment of restraint, every act of obedience that went unseen by human eyes has been recorded in the courts of heaven. I want you to feel this with me, because heaven does not overlook faithfulness. The moment you chose God over convenience, over comfort, over the fleeting applause of the world, a signal went forth into the spiritual realm. Angels leaned in. The Father himself smiled. The enemy trembled. Your quiet acts of love for him produced a fragrance. Only the faithful can release a fragrance of loyalty, devotion, and unshakable love that echoes far beyond what you can perceive. You may have thought your choices were ordinary, maybe even insignificant. Perhaps no one noticed your restraint, your humility, your silent prayers in the midst of pressure. Maybe you kept forgiving when your pride wanted revenge. Maybe you continued praying when your heart felt numb. Maybe you gave when you had nothing left to offer. Chosen one, let me tell you, these are not ordinary moments. These are divine milestones. Heaven watches your heart, not the applause of men. Every hidden sacrifice you made, every quiet yes you whispered to God, every time you walked away from the unhealthy, the manipulative, or the distracting, God counted it. And today, your obedience has stirred the heavens. There is a sacred principle at work. Heaven responds to faithfulness, to hearts that choose God over fleeting comfort. When you obey in the silence, when you act with integrity while the world looks the other way, when you choose righteousness while temptation whispers, you are demonstrating a love that heaven recognizes. This love is not performative. It is not dependent on recognition or reward. It is authentic, it is deliberate, and it carries a weight that shifts spiritual atmospheres. Every time you resisted a shortcut that would have compromised your soul, every time you chose prayer over panic, patience over frustration, you sent a signal that heaven cannot ignore. Angels saw it. The enemy felt it. The spiritual realm shifted in response to the integrity of your heart. My child, your love for God today was not based on blessing, emotion, or convenience. It was rooted in truth. It was an act of loyalty that transcended circumstance. Heaven delights in this kind of love, the kind that persists when no one is watching, the kind that perseveres through trials, the kind that chooses God over self when everything inside of you screams otherwise, even when the weight of life pressed down, even when exhaustion tempted you to surrender, even when your emotions felt numb or unstable, you chose obedience. That choice, quiet, unseen, consistent, is what heaven celebrates. The fragrance of your faithfulness rises before God like incense. It is fragrant, it is powerful, it is supernatural. Chosen. One, understand this: heaven is bearing witness to what your heart chose today. What may have seemed small or ordinary to you is monumental in the Spirit. Your decisions, your discipline, your loyalty are all being recorded, honored, and set into motion for a divine response. This is why your spirit feels stirred. This is why you feel a pull deep in your soul. You are standing on holy ground, a sacred moment where your obedience intersects with heaven's favor. God is responding to what you did in secret with blessings that will manifest openly. Your faithfulness has pierced the veil, and your reward is already on the way. Even the trials, the pressures, the distractions, the temptations you faced could not prevent this moment. They tested the integrity of your love and your loyalty, and you prevailed. Today, chosen one, heaven is testifying about you. Your love has shaken the spirit realm. Your obedience has set things in motion that will bear fruit beyond what your eyes can see. The smallest choices made in the quiet of your heart have triggered supernatural alignment. The hidden battles you endured, the unseen acts of kindness, the sacrifices made in the privacy of your own space, these are the very acts that are now releasing favor, opening doors, and preparing the way for a divine breakthrough. This is the proof that your love for God runs deeper than words, deeper than emotions, deeper than yesterday's faith. Chosen one, stand firm in this truth and recognize the weight of what you have accomplished spiritually today. Chosen one, let me remind you, every act of obedience, no matter how small it seemed, carries a supernatural weight. Heaven counts the moments when you chose righteousness over ease, prayer over panic, faith over frustration. Every time you resisted temptation, every time you forgave, when your pride wanted retaliation, every time you read the word, even when your mind was tired, you sent a signal into the spiritual realm. Angels witnessed it. God smiled. The enemy quivered. Your consistency, your perseverance, your loyalty, all of it is now aligning with the divine plan for your life. This is the hidden power of love for God, chosen one. It is not measured by applause, recognition, or visible results. It is measured by the depth of your heart, the sincerity of your devotion, the willingness to choose God even when it costs you. Every time you acted in love, in patience, in integrity, you were releasing fragrance before heaven, an aroma that carries authority, favor, and supernatural momentum. The spiritual realm responds to the faithful. The heavens lean in when a heart remains pure and obedient in secret. You may have felt unnoticed. You may have questioned if your efforts mattered. You may have wondered if the sacrifices were in vain. Chosen one, hear me, nothing done in secret for God is ever wasted. Every tear you wiped, every prayer you whispered, every act of humility, every moment of surrender, they are being stored in the treasury of heaven. Your obedience is being multiplied. Your faithfulness is being honored. The doors you have not knocked on will swing open. The blessings you could not see will begin to manifest. Even the moments when your soul felt weak, your heart burdened, and your spirit tired, those moments were not missed by God. He saw, He knew, He recorded your steadfastness, your love, your patience, your discipline. These are the seeds that are now ready to grow into harvests of favor, abundance, and supernatural promotion. The breakthrough you are standing on the edge of is the direct result of this hidden obedience. Heaven is declaring it. Your path is being prepared. Your atmosphere is being shifted. Your destiny is moving. This is why today, chosen one, heaven is stirred. The spiritual realm is reacting to what your heart chose. Your love for God was not casual. It was intentional. It was deep. It was faithful. And because of this, you are stepping into alignment with a divine transfer, a supernatural movement that will impact your finances, your relationships, your influence, and your spiritual authority. Every unseen act of devotion has become a catalyst for your elevation. The breakthrough waiting for you is proportional to the love, discipline, and faith you demonstrated in secret. You are not here by accident, chosen one. You are standing at the intersection of faith and favor. The angels are watching. Heaven is responding. Your obedience has triggered doors, opportunities, and divine encounters that cannot be stopped. The blessings assigned to your life are waiting for you, ready to manifest at the perfect time. And the world may not understand it, but your spirit knows. You are entering a season where what was hidden will be revealed, what was delayed will arrive, and what was prepared in the secret place will now display in the natural. Take a moment to feel this reality, chosen one. Let your spirit absorb the truth. Heaven honors loyalty, discipline, and love that is unwavering. The reward for your hidden acts of devotion is already moving toward you. Doors are opening. Favor is being released. Supernatural provision is aligning itself for your life. The seed of your obedience, planted in secret, is now blooming into visible glory. You are on the verge of a divine transfer that will confirm everything you have trusted God for. Remember, chosen one, the world may not see your faithfulness, but God does. He measures your heart, and He moves according to what He sees there. The spiritual realm is reacting right now. Angels are shifting atmospheres. Blessings are being prepared. Favor is being released. Every secret victory you have endured is about to become a public testimony. Your consistency, your patience, your love, your faithfulness, these are the keys unlocking the next level of your destiny. Stand in it. Receive it. Expect it. Your obedience today was not an ordinary choice. It was a declaration of allegiance to God, a prophetic yes that aligns with heaven's timing. What you did in the quiet has now become the catalyst for the supernatural. Chosen one, your spiritual investment is returning to you multiplied. The blessings, the favor, the breakthroughs, the divine transfers, everything is aligning because you chose God even when it cost you. Heaven is declaring it, and the world will soon witness it. Chosen one. Let me speak to that place inside you that feels both tired and hopeful at the same time. You have carried burdens that no one fully understands. You have walked through seasons where the warfare was heavy, the confusion was loud, and the answers seemed distant. Yet even there you kept saying, "Lord, I still choose you." That simple choice, repeated over and over again, has become a holy pattern in the Spirit. Heaven has been tracing that pattern and building a response around it. I know what it is to obey God when there is no spotlight, no applause, no confirmation from people. There were nights I cried and still whispered, "Yes, Lord," not because I felt strong, but because I couldn't walk away from the one who saved me. And every time I chose to forgive, to sow, to pray, to keep going, when I wanted to shut down, I later realized something. Those were the moments that unlocked the biggest shifts in my life. Anointed one, you are in that kind of moment right now. What you did today did not just show that you love God. It revealed that you love Him more than your fear, more than your pride, more than your need to be understood. That is the kind of love that moves heaven into motion. Your obedience has not only touched God's heart, it has activated divine strategy over your life. Plans are being rearranged in your favor. Timetables are being accelerated. People you have not even met yet are being positioned to bless, support, and recognize what God has placed in you. Chosen one, your life is now carrying the sound of promotion. There is a supernatural promotion that does not always begin with a new title or a new job. It begins in the Spirit when heaven says, "This one can be trusted with more." You have proven in private that you can be trusted. Trusted with blessings, trusted with influence, trusted with resources. And where there is trust, there can be transfer. Heaven is preparing to move things into your hands that once seemed unreachable. Some of you have been faithful in giving, even when you felt like you had almost nothing. You have helped others when no one came to help you. You have supported ministries, family, or even strangers quietly with no desire for recognition. You sowed out of love, not out of manipulation. Anointed One, those seeds did not disappear. They went into the ground of God's timing. And now, because your heart posture has remained pure, those seeds are maturing into a harvest of financial relief, divine opportunities, and unusual provision. I have seen God do this in my own journey. Doors opened for me in places where I had no connections, no credentials, and no logical reason to be favored. But when I looked back, I could trace it to hidden moments where I obeyed Him when it cost me something. That is what you are stepping into now. The promotion that is coming to you will not make sense to those who only look at your resume. But heaven is not rewarding your resume. Heaven is rewarding your faithfulness. Chosen one, understand this: when heaven promotes you, it is not just for your comfort. It is for assignment. The increase in favor, resources, and influence that is coming is connected to a purpose bigger than you. You will be able to help people you once could only pray for. You will step into rooms you once thought were reserved for others. You will carry wisdom, compassion, and authority that can only be forged in the fire you've walked through. This is why your process was so intense. The weight of where you were going required the depth of what you endured. You might be asking, but why now? Because the timing is no longer just about your desire. It is about alignment. Heaven has been aligning your heart, your character, your perspective, and even your relationship with money, power, and recognition. You are not being lifted so you can finally prove people wrong. You are being lifted so you can prove heaven right. The word spoken over you, the promise whispered to your spirit, the dreams you buried because they felt too big, those are the very things God is now breathing on. There is a quiet shift happening even as you listen. Old heaviness is loosening its grip. Old labels are falling off. Old fears are losing their voice. You're beginning to feel a strange, gentle boldness rising in you, like a lion waking up after a long sleep. That is not your ego inflating. That is your God-given identity finally standing up. The same God who began this work in you is now bringing you into a phase of visible fulfillment. The unseen foundation has been laid, and now the structure of your new season will begin to appear in the natural. Anointed One, take this into your spirit. Your love for God has not only been noticed, it has been weighed and found genuine. Because of this, heaven is not just comforting you, heaven is backing you. A financial shift, a spiritual upgrade, an atmosphere of favor is coming into agreement with your obedience. Do not shrink back. Do not talk yourself out of what God is trying to give you. Walk forward with a surrendered heart, open hands, and the quiet confidence of someone who knows my love for God has reached heaven, and now heaven is reaching back for me. Chosen One. There is a reason your spirit feels both stretched and strangely expectant right now. You are in a holy, in between a threshold space where old things no longer fit, but the new has not fully appeared. This is where heaven does some of its most delicate work. It is in this invisible zone that God quietly transfers things into your hands, shifts atmospheres around your name, and prepares resources that will arrive suddenly to everyone else, but have been long prepared in the unseen. Anointed One. I need you to understand that what is coming to you is not random favor. It is targeted, customized response to your history with God. Every time you chose integrity when compromise looked easier, you were qualifying yourself for stewardship. Every time you honored God with what little you had, even when your own needs were loud, you were writing a record in heaven that now demands a response. You have not been overlooked. You have been measured, trusted, and now positioned. Think about the times you could have taken the easy way. You could have lied to get ahead, manipulated to secure a position, clung to relationships that were convenient but toxic. Yet, chosen one, you walked away. You cried, but you walked away. You lost people, but you kept your soul. And heaven said, if they will give up what is unhealthy to protect their spirit, I can trust them with what is holy. That is why this next transfer will not destroy you. It will stabilize you. I remember seasons where I had to choose between holding on to money or obeying a quiet nudge from God to help someone else. Everything in my logic screamed, you can't afford this. But something deeper whispered, you can't afford not to obey. Every time I followed that whisper, I didn't always see instant results, but later doors opened that I could not explain. Anointed one, you have that same testimony forming. The quiet yes that cost you then is about to pay you now. Chosen one, heaven is not just rewarding your feelings. Heaven is rewarding your choices. Love is not proven in the moments when everything is easy. It is proven when your emotions are tired, your resources are low, and your questions are loud. Yet you still say, Lord, I will honor you. Scripture says God is not unjust. He does not forget your work or the love you have shown him. That means your history of obedience makes injustice illegal in your story. Something must shift. There is a financial dimension to this shift, and I need you to hear this without fear or suspicion. God is not embarrassed by blessing. He is not intimidated by numbers, accounts, contracts, or positions. What he protects is your heart. Because your heart has shown it will not bow to money, heaven can now trust you with more of it. The transfer that is coming is not for you to worship it, but for you to wield it. It is a tool, not a master, a resource for kingdom work, not an idol. Anointed one. There are people tied to your obedience. There are projects, families, ministries, and even strangers who will be impacted by what God places in your hands. This is why the battle over your mind, your emotions, and your endurance has been so intense. If the enemy could break you in the secret place, he could block what was meant to flow through you in the open. But you did not break. You bent, you wept, you questioned, but you stayed. That staying power is why heaven is now moving. You are about to see favor. You did not network for opportunities you did not chase, and provision that does not match your resume. It will look unfair, and in a way it is. It is the unfairness of grace. God is not paying you back. According to the opinions of people, he is responding to what he saw in the dark. Promotions, connections, unexpected open doors, back payments, cleared debts, creative ideas, and strategic partnerships are part of this supernatural promotion. They are answers to prayers you whispered when you thought no one heard. Chosen one, this is not the moment to shrink, apologize for your expectation, or lower your faith to match what you see. This is the time to align your words, your posture, and your decisions with what heaven is already saying over you. You proved today that your love for God runs deep, deeper than convenience, deeper than comfort, deeper than fear. Now let that same love give you the courage to step into what he is releasing. Walk as someone who is trusted, backed, and sent. You are not begging for scraps. You are receiving what has your name on it in heaven's records. Chosen one. I want you to pause and really let this sink in. You are not the same person who started this journey. You may still see your flaws, your weaknesses, your unfinished places, but heaven sees the growth, the battles you no longer lose, the temptations you now step over instead of fall into. You see your imperfections. God sees your trajectory, and your trajectory is upward. That is why the atmosphere around your life is shifting. Anointed one, The old version of you could not carry what is now approaching. The insecure you, the easily manipulated you, the fearful you, the approval-seeking you would have mishandled the very things God is sending. But look at you now. You have learned to set boundaries, to guard your peace, to walk away from what drains your spirit. You have learned to value your relationship with God more than your need to be liked. That is transformation. That is maturity. There were times you thought you were just trying to survive, but heaven was watching a warrior being born. The nights you wrestled with your thoughts, the mornings you got up anyway, the days you kept loving when your heart was tired, those were not just survival moments. They were training. You were being strengthened for a life that will require more authority, more clarity, more responsibility. And heaven knew you could handle it, even when you doubted yourself. Chosen one. The proof that you are being elevated is not just in the blessings coming, but in the battles you no longer fight the same way. You no longer react the way you used to. You no longer chase what used to distract you. You no longer beg for doors that God clearly closed. This is evidence that your inner world has shifted. And when the inner world shifts, the outer world has no choice but to follow. I want you to see your journey with honest eyes. Remember when a small setback would have made you quit. Now you feel the hit, maybe even cry, but you keep walking. Remember when one harsh word from someone you loved would have shattered you. Now it hurts, but it no longer defines you. That is what heaven calls progress. That growth, that resilience, that stabilized love for God, this is what has qualified you for the next wave of divine release. Anointed one, you are not chasing perfection. You are walking in alignment. There is a difference. Perfection says, I must never fail. Alignment says, even when I fail, I fall forward into God. You have fallen forward enough times that your entire posture has changed. You now lean into grace instead of shame, into prayer, instead of panic, into worship, instead of withdrawal. This posture is what positions you to receive what is coming without self-sabotage. There is a quiet confidence heaven is building in you. Not arrogance, not spiritual ego, but a rooted knowing my Father is with me. My steps are ordered. My life is not random. That knowing will anchor you when favor increases. It will keep you grounded when doors start opening. It will remind you that the same God who lifted you can sustain you. The gift will never be bigger than the giver in your heart. Chosen one. I have to tell you this, stop disqualifying yourself in your own mind. Heaven has already stamped approved on your file, but your thoughts keep trying to drag you back to unworthy. Yes, you've made mistakes. Yes, you've had moments you're not proud of, but you did not stay there. You repented. You adjusted. You learned. That matters. God is not looking for flawless vessels but surrendered ones, and you have surrendered again and again. Think of how you respond now when God convicts your heart. You don't run from Him like you used to. You run to Him. You don't hide in shame for weeks. You talk, you cry, you realign. That sensitivity, that soft heart, that quick response to His whisper, these are signs of a spirit that can be trusted with more. A hard heart mishandles blessings. A tender heart multiplies them. Your tenderness is your advantage. Anointed one. This is why heaven is not just patting you on the back. Heaven is preparing to push you forward. Promotion is coming in assignments, invitations, ideas, relationships and provision, but it is also coming in how you see yourself. You will begin to think like someone who is sent, not someone who is barely tolerated. You will walk into rooms with quiet authority, not insecurity. You will take steps that once felt too bold because now you know you are not walking alone. Chosen. One, believe this: your transformation is part of the supernatural transfer. God is not only transferring resources into your life, He is transferring you into a new dimension of identity, from overlooked to appointed, from merely surviving to divinely positioned, from trying to prove your worth to simply walking in it. What you prove today about your love for God is not a one-time moment. It is a marker, a before and after in your spirit. And from this point on, you will not move like who you used to be. You will move like who heaven has always known you really are. Chosen one. There is something sacred happening around your name right now. In the unseen, your life looks like a field that has been faithfully sown into, watered with tears, and guarded through storms. To other people, it may look like not much has changed. But in the spirit, the soil is heavy with harvest. Heaven is not asking if it should bless you. Heaven is deciding how far and how wide the blessing will stretch through you. Anointed One God is not just thinking about what to give you. He's thinking about what needs to move through you. This is why He took time to purify your motives, to heal your heart, to detach you from needing validation from people. If He'd blessed you too early, some of it would have been spent trying to impress others or prove your worth. Now, because your heart is anchored in Him, what He places in your hands will not own you. You will own it and steward it well. There is a financial dimension to this that you can no longer ignore. You may have told yourself, "I do not care about money, I just want God and your heart in." That was pure. But hear me, chosen one. Money in the hands of the surrendered becomes a weapon for good. It pays for the things that lift burdens. It builds it, feeds it, frees. God is raising you as someone who can carry both presence and provision without losing yourself. Think of how many times you have worried about bills, obligations, or unexpected needs, and yet still helped someone else. You gave from your little, sometimes quietly, sometimes with trembling, but you gave. In those moments, heaven saw not the amount, but the trust. You were saying with your actions, "Lord, you are my source, not this small number in my account." Those days of trembling obedience are now speaking on your behalf in the spiritual realm. Anointed One, you are coming into a season where you will see what I call quiet miracles. Money showing up from unexpected places, debts reduced or cleared, work that finds you instead of you chasing it, ideas that suddenly begin to produce real income. These things are not luck. They are the natural consequence of a heart that chose obedience over panic again and again. What you planted in tears, you will now begin to harvest in clarity and peace. But listen carefully, chosen one. The transfer is not just into your wallet, it is into your mindset. Poverty thinking, survival thinking, and constant fear about the future are being uprooted. God is teaching you to think like a child who is backed by a king, not like an orphan who has to grasp for every crumb. You will still be wise, still be diligent, but you will no longer be driven by fear. You will move from, "Will I have enough?" to, "Lord, how do you want me to use what you are sending?" I remember a time when I could not see past the next bill. Fear sat in my chest like a weight. I would pray, but my prayers were drenched in anxiety, not trust. Over time, God walked me through small tests, little moments where I had to choose His voice over the voice of panic. Every yes built a new layer of trust. One day I realized the fear had lost its hold, and provisions began to come in ways I could not take credit for. Chosen one, you are being led through that same inner shift. You may not feel ready for abundance, but heaven sees the work that has been done in you. The way you handle small things now with gratitude and integrity is proof that you will not be destroyed by bigger things later. This is why some doors were delayed, not because you were unworthy, but because you were still being prepared. Now that your love for God has proven deeper than your need for comfort, the delay is losing its legal ground. The timing of God is beginning to speak on your behalf. Anointed one, there will be moments soon where you pause and think, if this had come to me 2 years ago, I would have ruined it. That realization will not bring shame, it will bring gratitude. You will see the wisdom in God's timing. You will look at open doors, new resources, healed relationships, and inner peace, and say, I see why you waited until I was ready in here. The promotion around you will match the maturity within you. So receive this in your spirit, chosen one. You are not just waiting for a breakthrough, you are standing inside the early stages of it. Your love for God, proven in secret, has written a new chapter over your life that says, trusted, prepared, ready. Heaven is not debating your value. Heaven is arranging your elevation. As you keep your heart soft, your hands open, and your eyes on Him, you will watch the supernatural transfer unfold step by step in ways that confirm what God has been whispering to you all along. Your love reached Him, and now His response is about to reach you. Chosen one, there is another layer to this that I do not want you to miss. What heaven is doing in you right now is not only about breakthrough and provision, it is about testimony. Your story is becoming a living prophecy to others. People who watched you walk through loss, delay, disappointment, and spiritual warfare are about to witness the turn. They may not understand how, but they will know who. Your life will quietly preach, God did not forget me, and He will not forget you either. Anointed one, some of the very areas where you were laughed at, doubted, or underestimated will become the exact areas where God shows out. The job you were denied, the relationship that crumbled, the opportunity that slipped away, the season where you felt invisible. These will not be random chapters. They will be setups for redemption. Heaven specializes in taking what was meant to shame you and turning it into the platform that elevates you. What tried to bury you will become the soil of your blooming. You may have moments where you feel a strange mixture of gratitude and grief. Gratitude for what God is doing, grief for what it cost you to get here. That is okay, chosen one. Heaven is not asking you to pretend it never hurt. Heaven is inviting you to let the hurt be held inside something bigger purpose. I have stood in blessings that made me cry twice, once for the pain that preceded them, and once for the kindness of God in redeeming that pain. You will know that feeling too. Anointed one, there are people attached to this next step. Someone is going to find courage because they watched you not quit. Someone will dare to forgive because they saw you forgive. Someone will choose integrity in private because they heard your story and realized heaven really does respond to what we do in secret. You thought you were fighting just for your life, but you have been fighting for a generation of quiet, hidden, overlooked hearts who needed proof that God still honors those who love Him deeply. Chosen one, this is why your voice is about to matter more, not because you will speak louder, but because heaven will breathe on what you say. Your words will carry a weight that comes from lived obedience, not theory. When you talk about trusting God, it will not sound like a slogan, it will feel like survival turned into wisdom. People know the difference. They can feel when someone has actually walked through the fire they are talking about. And you, anointed one, have walked through your share of flames. There will be invitations, formal or informal, for you to step into spaces you used to feel unqualified for. Rooms where decisions are made, circles where voices are heard, moments where someone needs guidance and your name comes to mind. Don't shrink back when that happens. You are not there because you checked every human box. You are there because heaven saw your heart and said, "This one can be trusted with influence." Walk in humbly, but walk in. Your presence is an assignment, not an accident. And as resources increase, as doors open, as promotion unfolds, remember this: the same God who met you in the low place is the one walking with you into the high place. Do not let success scare you, and do not let it seduce you. Let it serve you. Let it serve His purposes. The blessing is not a replacement for God, it is a confirmation of Him. When you feel overwhelmed by what He is doing, simply go back to that simple posture that brought you here. Lord, I still choose you. Even now, especially now, I still choose you. Chosen one, as we come to the end of this word, know this: heaven is not waiting to decide about you. The decision has already been made. You prove today that your love for God runs deeper than comfort, deeper than fear, deeper than what people think. Because of that, a supernatural transfer has already begun to move in your direction. Favor is shifting, atmospheres are rearranging. What was held back is being released in God's perfect timing. Anointed one, this is your Kairos moment, your divinely appointed time. You are not standing on the edge of possibility, you are standing in the middle of prophecy. Your hidden obedience has called forth visible elevation. Your quiet yes has unlocked loud answers. Walk from this moment, knowing that heaven has testified about you. This child loves me deeply. I declare over you now, may your steps be guided, your mind be guarded, and your heart be anchored in unshakable peace. May doors open that no man can shut. May provision find you, healing surround you, clarity fill you, and strength rise within you. May every seed of love, sacrifice, and faith you have sown return multiplied into your life. Chosen one, stay faithful, stay aligned, stay yielded to the flow of the anointing that is already resting on you. Look ahead with gratitude, not fear, because what is coming carries God's fingerprint all over it. If this word confirmed what your spirit already knew, share it, subscribe, and leave a testimony in the comments so we can agree with you in faith. You are seen, you are known, and you are deeply loved. Go in confidence, anointed one. Heaven is backing you.